Hi, and we are back. Yep, back. And this is Fort Moonmoth, and that's Balmora, and CATES promoted me to Shaco County. The eel moves with the herds, but usually lies close to the Sea of Ghosts north of the... Okay. So, that's Gnar Mok. Margan. Really quick while I turn around and flip to look at my map. Okay, 1 second. Cannot see. Now, if I would have actually looked around my map, it's right there. But anyways, so I stopped for a little bit to see where exactly it was. Margan's around here-ish. And this is where Cool is, which, if you remember from the live stream, Cool is how we get to Soslium. And I'm gonna do a horrible thing and tell you that I lied a little bit to you guys last time. We are not going straight there. Even though I obviously just started looking at exactly where I'm going, I want to do a little bit of leveling and fighting and finishing of lower level quests, like the Caldera quest. Hey, giant tick. It's really foggy. And if you're wondering why it's like really hard to see everything, that's why. I can see almost nothing. The tick. Spoon! If you don't get that reference, well, meh. If you do get the reference, you're amazing. Actually, if you don't get the reference, you should look up the tick as in the superhero. Hilarious. Best way to describe it.
Summoned by another.
Little secret. No, little secret. Somebody named at Moonmoth. Interesting. Why am I going this way? I don't know. I'm actually going to Caldera. Major skills.
Out.
T. You know what? 11 hours. And yes, this is going to be before when we usually go, but I'm also calculating in about the time it's going to take to get to Caldera.
How
so
interesting.
we can leave at a bright
Can you
early...
ask your question quickly? I must be going.
When I need to be there. Caldera.
Speak freely, friend.
I've spending my time looking into
Good day. Let's do
if you guys
Outlander.
don't know, and I wouldn't expect everyone here actually, only those who actually sat and listened to our me and Merkin's podcast would really know this.
Let's hear it.
But him and I, mostly me, are working on a video game. I'm doing the programming, he's doing the side comment of whether or not we should do this or that. He's helping with the design and stuff, and the music, and a little bit of everything he has his hands in. I'm just dealing with the actual putting together. And I've actually started work on that again, because we've gone through a couple things where we've restarted and things like that, but started again. And it's going to be an epic game. It takes a lot of pointers from a lot of different games, and then some stuff that I've decided just was cool and I thought up entirely myself. Not from really anywhere. Now there are some things that aren't from any one place also too, that I just looked at a whole bunch of different things, but there are certain things that come from nowhere that I know of. And this has been in production for I've been working on it for like 5 years? No. 3. I'm adding years that don't exist. But I'm going to go in here and beat up the idiots in here from earlier. Let's see how this goes.
There is no escape!
That could have gone better. Yeah, it could have. But
Outlander, what do you want?
so I'm gonna not do that. We're gonna go exactly where we said we were going. And hope that it goes better. Hope it goes better. Actually, you know what?
Yes, Outlander?
We're gonna do something actually no we didn't say we were gonna do. Even more! Cause I didn't think about this. The deck. So, if you're wondering where I'm going, if you remember, couple episodes ago? Yeah, a couple episodes ago.
Speak, traveler.
Maybe more than a couple, but I'm not sure.
Hail.
Where is the exit? But we got attacked by a man in some nice dark armor that tried to kill me. And if you don't know,
We'll have quests.
this is
My
beginning
time is
to the
precious,
Mournhold
okay?
quest. If you
We're
don't know what
watching.
Mournhold is, it's the first expansion called Tribunal. Yeah, that's what it's called. And to get there, I have to go talk to someone in Ebonheart, and they tell me that they'll take me to Mournhold, which is on the mainland. Because if you noticed, world, we are on an island. That did not show you the rest of the island. So, I'm going to try and do that. Well, talking a little bit about my video game, just for some more chatty topics. So, if you don't know, it's actually, if you pay attention to the icon I've got right now, it may not be the same icon if you're watching this at a later date, but right now, my icon has a dragon, and Dragonbone Tavern, which is why the podcast is named what it is, and why I use DBT a lot. So, if you notice that, and I'm gonna wait for 12 hours. But, and so that's the basically company we're making it under. It's the name I've used for whiles. And so we're making a game called, the actual name is Chronicles of Draconis Flows. It does look like floss with missing an S. So it looks like someone idiot wrote floss. And it's not. I promise you, it was Latin, and because Latin at the time was cool. I'm not sure how cool it is anymore, but it was at the time cool. No! I was breathing underwater. Okay. We're gonna walk around Vivek in the lovely sunshine. Retarded walk. Retarded walk. That's walking. It's retarded running looking thing. And if you don't know what that is, we will educate you. That is mud crab. Mud crab no longer lives. Die, mud crab. But, so, the reason, if you're wondering why, if the name isn't as awesome as it seemingly was at the beginning, I've kept it, is because I've got attached to the acronym because I like acronyms. Because I can't come up with insanely... What in the world is that? Looks like. This may not have been the best idea. Yeah, this wasn't the best idea, so we're gonna walk backwards. But, so that's why it's still named Chronicles of Tyrannus Flows, is because I called it CDF for the longest time, and I can't name it anything else anymore. And that's probably the name that it will release with, period. As for actually, like, world and stuff, that's gone through very many evolutions. But, basically, you have one, only one, just one, not two, one, because you can totally tell by my bobbing up and down. But, only one faction, and it's only one, really, nation that you're working with. As for races, how that's going, I'm not sure right now. It may just start off with one race, just the way I want the game. Really, multiple races will be hard, because we're a small group working. But if I can manage it, I will. And most of what the game's about isn't storyline, because storylines obviously changed and changed and changed and changed. I more want to do a game that really kind of... I picked out things I didn't like about online games, because I played a lot of them. Played World of Warcraft at one point. I played Two Moons, I played, or it's called Decron now, but I played that. I've also played RuneScape at one point, didn't play that for very long.
Make it quick.
It was boring. Played Runes of Magic, played lots of things. I took some things that I didn't like from the fantasy zone and kind of decided what I wanted as a game. And at first it was just the stuff I didn't like about World of Warcraft, because it's when the game started, was when I was only doing World of Warcraft. And it just gotten to the point where it was boring. So, I started thinking about it, and then I end up with this huge monster that it is today. Because I started thinking more and more on it, and deciding more and more things. One of the important things that I have told a lot about, so if you've listened to every podcast that we've done, I've talked about this in the podcasts. It's called, it was one of the first things that I came up with that I've found relativistically new. I've never seen anyone do this, and so I decided I wanted to do it first. I don't know if anyone will do it before I get it out, before I get my game out, but I was going to make it so one of the annoying things, and it's almost everyone probably finds this annoying, some people don't. Some people think it's easy because they know the quests and things are easy. That way, you don't have to keep trying to figure things out. But I'd get bored with that. So, I devised a way of a game
Do you have something to say, Nord?
where you would, the game would, on it, you would have a huge list of quests. And it would be broken up into
Any
sections.
time.
Yes, I know, but I don't know where I'm going. Okay, that's where he is. But
Hello. I don't know if I can help you, but...
what it would do is these things called quest packs. And no quest pack would use more than once, as when the quest pack is used, it's replaced by a new one. And these would be sections, these would just be quests. And it also makes it so it time orients the game. You can't do certain things before other things, allowing the main story to progress also. And eventually, once you run out of quest packs, it's time you get to an expansion, where you add some new major role to the story, major part to the storyline. You. Perhaps you have been attacked. That's bad business. I don't know who it is that wants you dead. I don't want to know. Dark Brother is mostly unheard of, but I know they have a large contingent on the mainland. Yes, Mournhold itself, actually. If you're feeling particularly suicidal, you can check it out for yourself. Of course, it's not easy to get out there these days because of the blight. Boats from Vervinville are immediately. There's no one way you might get there. You might speak with to transport. She might be able to send us right. She's maged. Special appointment of Duketon. Nice sort of powerful mage. You should be able to find her here in Edinburgh. Anyways, and this basically allows for the game to progress without having each expansion push the storyline, and then from there it's stacked. Also, the original idea that it was to accomplish is simply to make it so the game wasn't always, you weren't always doing the same 6 quests when you started a new character. Each character's different. And it's pretty much, hey, Skyrim. I ADD. So I was trying to figure out all the different little things. And I'm looking for something better than this. Iranian mission. Get out of my way.
What's this about?
This, no, that's right. But that's the basic idea. Is basically you'll never do a quest twice. It's impossible because the quests don't show up more than once. Now the question is if quests don't show up more than once. Well, I haven't really said everything. Quests are also universal, which just makes a little bit to say next, because you can't do quests more than once, and all quests are universal. So what ends up happening is makes it a little bit of a competitive nature of most quests can't be done more than once. There are certain quests that will just be repeatable just because they can be. And they'll probably be for certain things or just grind experience if you want them. And that basically gonna be the only way to do multiple quests. So you're actually going to be competing with other people to finish a quest. That way, quests aren't forever open. There you are. You wish to go to the mainland? That's highly irregular. I'm sure you've heard they restricted travel to more. They've been a bit worried about the blight. What's the reason for going to the city? Mark. Oh my, I can't see why you'd want to get this cleared up. That's dangerous business, though. I can't say I'd be happy to send you off on that sort of... If you're sure enough, though, I suppose I can oblige you. If you need to return to Vervinville, speak with FATA in the Royal Palace. Take care, friend. Those people are not to be taken lightly. I'll send you when we're finished speaking. Dum-da-da-dum. So, we're in Mournhold, and we're gonna work on the Tribunal quest because I don't think I'm actually high enough a level to be doing the stuff that I'm really doing. We're starting to get into the Ashlands, and I'm only level 4. So, I might talk about all this stuff. I'll bring up the game a little bit more, probably in later episodes. So, I'm gonna leave it here in Mournhold, and I'll see you guys next time. Please be kind enough to leave a like on a favorite, or one or the other. And if we get to 100, I'll try to put out another episode today. Unless this is already the bonus episode for today, which then disregard that comment. I don't honestly think it will be. Not saying that you are horrible people or anything, but I don't think we're that big yet. But hopefully we'll get bigger. So I will see you all next time in Mournhold.